episode of Too Nerdy to
Handle!
Okay, firstly, I want to thank you guys for coming. So how are you feeling today?
Nervous?
So okay, we will get right into the topic today. So today is talking about gender ratio, right? So obviously the first question will be, what are the sort of guesses about the number for the gender ratio in the country? Maybe just give a guess.
Ladies first.
Maybe 3 to 10 are women. I would think like maybe one woman to 3 men.
Okay, I'll say 3 to 7 as well. Okay. I'm gonna give a difference.
70-30 30% is female.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, right, they actually split the business analytics with the rest of computing. So now we're just gonna follow up for the previous question, like about all the different ratios that we all gave, right? Why do you think there's like this kind of sort of big gap that you can have in computing? Can you just give like your own opinions?
I mean, traditionally, like, I think women in tech and STEM is not something that females would really want to pursue. As in, like, you know, the traditional gender roles and all that.
Right, yeah. I agree. I think it's kind of instilled from the past where like women were not very educated, and like because of that women taught women and their daughters to like have that kind of rules in their family, and that's why it does implicate us to have that kind of consequences as well. But there's no other reason I feel like there should be this kind of gap besides the fact that history itself caused this. Yeah. Does anyone else wanna add on as well, or that different other point of views?
I don't know, just anyhow, but maybe like there is like other causes that like maybe some like females are drawn towards too. I'm not a female, but I think like maybe like creative field based on my very biased stats of my friends. Like circle of friends, like my female friends are usually more creative than the guy counterparts.
I guess there is some science to that, yeah.
Yeah. So that's my personal opinion, like why there's not much female in the STEM field.
Do you all agree? Do you think you're a bit more creative than...
Feel free to disagree.
Yes.
I would say I guess so, but like there's no like concrete proof says that female won't perform as well as male, like in tech, I guess. But then there is like a stereotyping saying that guys are more into tech stuff and girls are just not as tech savvy.
Yeah, I think that how to say, like okay, let's say like in my group of friends in JC, right? I think a lot of my guy friends prefer study things like math and science, and then they always like struggle when it comes to things like humanities. Like, cause for me, I was from a high grade class, so I took like geog and econs, and I think a lot of like, and even in that high grade class, right, there was only like one guy in that whole class. So I think maybe in some aspects it is like sort of instilled in us. So I think guys, they just prefer to take like the like more typical route and just go for like physics, math, that kind. So that always ends up in them doing things very like STEM related. Yeah, I think that's possibly a reason.
Yeah, I guess like you all kind of mentioned about like how we all had like our own experiences and our own friends that kind of have that sort of gender gap as well. And I guess like what I was thinking is that it does have a cycle to it. So history causing us to have this kind of like university kind of gender ratio also causes our juniors to look at us and say like, oh, in uni like there are also more guys doing computing, so like naturally they would lean towards that, and there's that kind of cycle. So based on like this kind of gender gap, do you think that you have ever felt sort of inferior because of that in SOC?
I want to start first.
Go ahead, yeah.
It's like the juiciest content ever, man. Like personal experience, right? Cause in year 1, I think it is 1101S. So we usually have Telegram groups. So everyone will ask for help and stuff. Then so usually like sometimes I'll ask for help, like how to do this question, or like some parts I don't understand. Then in the group, usually it takes quite a while to reply. Like if me if I put my TP and stuff, right, like you can see the handle is clearly a guy, right, then it can take like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or people will just completely ignore, like there's a new question will just pop out and then my question just got flooded away. So I thought of this strategy, right, like I changed my Telegram handle and my name to Adeline. I think it's Adeline Ng or something like that. Guess what?
Oh no, all the...
Instantly I reply, I send like, hey, help me with this, right? 1 minute, 2 people reply and 1 person PM me. So fast, it's like, I just feel that it's very unbalanced, like the amount of attention that girls are getting and everything. Yeah.
I think as a female, I will not deny that I actually receive a lot of help. I mean, like, say reals, right? Because, okay, like, in my personal experience, I took BD 1101, which is technically, like, for the BZA kids. Like, it's a core mod for us, but we're supposed to take it next sem, but I pushed it to this sem because I want to take it with the BZA people. And, I would say that I struggle a lot, especially with this mod, and also, the CS1010J. Sorry, Professor Joe. But then, right, I receive a lot of help. Like, if I ask in the group chat, I'll be like, guys, how do you do this question, huh? Then there are people who instantly reply.
Wow.
So I do agree about female quote unquote privilege.
Okay, I don't know whether I agree because like, okay, I think for myself, first of all, I think my name is quite like like unisex. Like Sihan is like ambiguous, you know, it could be a guy, it could be a girl. But I think like, okay, like aside from that, I think there is like some benefit of being a girl, but at the same time I also feel like I came to realize that competing people are actually very nice. Like just in general because we are all like struggling together. So if you reach out and help, like it's not okay, maybe the speed difference is like what is like the difference between female and male but I think in general, as long as you ask for help, there will be people that will ask even if they don't know you like personally. So I think that like, okay, like aside from like all the like advantages of being a female, I think like just in general competing people are maybe nicer than you might think that they are. Yeah, so I can't say that I've had like my own experience of being like a female and like getting showered by all this like male help or something. But yeah, I think in general that I've received a lot of help and like hopefully it's regardless of gender lah.
Now there's a lot of women in tech stuff coming up. Like, we receive a lot of emails about women in tech opportunities, women in tech. So it's very like focused on to the women, giving them more opportunities. Do you think? Do you feel like you receive more help, or do you think it's sort of like takes away the chance to prove yourself as a woman?
I mean, as much as it is a privilege, I see it more as it's writing an inequality that is there in the first place.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you shouldn't frame it as something that we don't deserve or that we are given this opportunity explicitly just because we are women. Like if you're writing an inequality that's always been entrenched in society, then if we get to reap the benefits, then it's not like specifically targeted at us. It's for like society and like the gender equality in general.
Yeah, just to like add on, so like I have a like relative that's working as like in a company, and he was saying that actually like a lot of companies nowadays they need to hit like a certain gender quota, like a ratio, so they have to hire like more women, because if not like maybe they'll just hire like 10 males instead of like giving some opportunities to females which is like, so he did say like in some aspects like being a woman can be beneficial in that way, because like sometimes they might not even be like looking for like how to say, like they might just hire you because you're a female because they just need to hit that gender quota. So in that sense like it could be good for us, because like, you know, we ultimately end up getting the job and we get like what we want, but at the same time it sort of like devalues our position, because we're not really getting it because like of our skill level in that sense, because like they already have this bias, they want to hire a female, then like we are getting the job because we are female. So it's like a bit
like
sad.
Why?
Like some scholarships also like they have to hit like a certain, like I know SUTD I think has like a couple of tech scholarships also, and they still need to hit like that level of like the gender ratio as well. So they say it's easier to get it if you're a female. So I'm not sure how true that is, but it could like kind of be a bit counterproductive in that way. Yeah.
But to that point, I think there's always going to be a certain level of quality that's there. What? Like, you're not going to get it just because you're female. You're going to get it because you're female and competent, as opposed to whether you're male or competent.
I guess, school-wise, okay, talk about the quota, right? I did got into a mod that is like very selective because I'm a female, because like in the email, the acceptance email, the prof mentioned that, I didn't expect so little female will apply, and they do need certain number of female students. That's why I don't know if that's the reason I got in, but yeah, the people there are quite like up, I would say. Yeah, but work-wise, I feel like gender quota in like, let's say, company, yes, but maybe less on like job role. Let's say, I need to hire how many engineer or like SWE. It's more like, so like, let's say we have a tech company, they will like, what if they put more like female as like HR, or like within a department they put more like what project manager. I would say like compared to SWE is more like towards a female role, I guess. Yeah, so I think that is still a con if they think female are less competent than male in like coding wise or like anything that's tech related.
I think to me it goes both ways, lor. It's like just what you discussed just now, like it's a cycle, right? That girls will just go to do non-STEM fields, and then because there's not many girls in STEM field, then it won't attract people there. So maybe this will break the chain lah. Having this kind of like very dedicated programs will help break this cycle. That's one lah. And then the bad part is like, they may feel I'm there just because I'm female, or just because it satisfies the criteria lah. Then like, am I really here just because I have the skills, or am I competent enough? So I think it's a good balance. I feel that it's overall the benefits would outweigh the cons. Yeah, is to shake up this, what is it called? Patriarchal cycle, I don't know. Just using words, I don't know. Patriarchal view, yes. So I think it's good.
So maybe to clarify, would you say it's better to sort of say make sure that we fill that gender quota for women, so as to like set an example for the next generation, or would you say it's better to have maybe lesser but more competent women, and like sort of say like we can also sort of angle in a way that we have little, like sort of say less women than men in the work field, but they're all equally as competent as the men?
I think the reason why they will have like quota in the first place is that even like there's a point of time even male and female are equally competent, but they will prefer a male. Let's say, I have a team with like 100% male, then like the boss might think that, why would I want a female? Maybe they won't work well together, I don't know. So that's why they will have like quota to this kind of thing. So if like at first place people are just choosing candidates regardless of the gender, I don't think quota will exist from like at first.
I mean, like there's this inherent bias that people already have. Like, men are better in tech, women are more centered towards creative fields. So like there's this self-perpetuating bias of people at the top choosing males. And then you say, there's no quota or no targeted incentive to draw women towards STEM. Then this cycle would self-perpetuate, right? So I agree with Adeline that we need to shake up the current status quo so as to make a better generation.
Yeah, I think in that way the quota is like necessary, even if some companies maybe like they just put the quota there for like a good positive social image, like whether they truly believe that having more females in the industry would be beneficial to their company is like a different story. But like the quota itself, it is like what Andrea said, it's like a targeted incentive, and I think there's quite a lot of studies out there showing that like women in higher positions or like more women in a company can help increase efficiency and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's kind of like in a way necessary so that we can stop the cycle. Yeah.
So this is the end of our conversation. Thank you guys for giving all your good opinions. Okay, so thank you guys for coming to the first episode of
Too
Nerdy.
Two.
Hello.